everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. I'm Becca. I'm a mom to a 2-year-old little boy named Jackson, and here on my channel I will be talking about all things mom life. I'll be sharing my journey through motherhood with y'all in the best way that I know how, which is unfiltered. If you're a mom who appreciates honesty, real life, and a lot of sarcasm, then I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and follow me along this journey. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about feeding a picky toddler. I will be giving you guys 5 tips on ways that you can get your picky toddler to eat, and I'll also be sharing my picky toddler's 5 favorite foods that work well for him. So we all know that toddlers are picky eaters, and if your little one is not a toddler yet, then spoiler alert, toddlers are picky eaters. Sometimes they want to eat everything in sight, and other times you feel like they haven't eaten a bite for the entire day. I am not the mom that feeds all organic, fresh, clean food, but I'm also not the mom that serves pizza rolls and mac and cheese for dinner every night. I'm the in-between mom, which I think most of us are. So I do my best to make sure that Jackson gets nutritious foods, but I do it in a way that is appealing to him and that works for our family. So just as a little disclaimer, there are unhealthy foods and bad habits in this video. If you do not believe in giving your children sugar or prepackaged foods or not having them sit down at a table to eat, then you probably won't like this video. However, if you're anything like me, then you're willing to do whatever you gotta do to get your kid to eat. Okay, so my first tip for you guys on getting your picky toddlers to eat is to let them eat off your plate, which I know for some people this is not gonna work and it's creating a bad habit, but honestly, toddlers are literally obsessed with their parents. Like, they want to be with us all the time and touching us and doing everything that we want to do. If your little one won't eat off of the plate that you gave them, let them eat off of your plate. I promise you they're not going to be eating off your plate for their whole life, so it's okay to let them do it while they're little. And I'm not saying let them eat off your plate every single time it's time to eat, but if they're really just not having it and they're really interested in what's on your plate, even if it's the same thing, just let them do it. Get them to eat, get some food in their tummy. My second tip is to cut up their food. I know a lot of parents still cut up their toddlers' food, and I do. 1, for safety reasons, and 2, because it's more manageable. I feel like when they're little, giving them a whole half of a sandwich can look super overwhelming, and they don't know what's in it, they don't know what to expect, and they don't know what to do with it. So cut up their food in smaller pieces, and I guarantee they'll be more likely to eat it. Excuse me. You're not a part of this. I have a assistant. Okay, my third tip is to feed them. And by feed them, I mean get their fork or their spoon, put the food on it, and put it in their mouth, which I know seems babyish and again, maybe another bad habit, but you won't be feeding them for the rest of their life. Toddlers' attention span is so short that you honestly can't expect them to sit down and eat food, a whole meal themselves. So if they need a little help from mom and dad every now and then that's no big deal. My fourth tip is to add a dipping sauce to their plate. So Jackson, my son, loves ketchup. He literally will dip like fruit in ketchup and eat it. He loves it so much. I found that adding ketchup to his plate will make him more likely to eat the food, honestly, regardless of what it is. He likes to take his mac and cheese and dip it in ketchup. So add dipping sauces, try out different things and see if it helps at all. This makes the food more interesting to them. It gives them different flavors, and if they dip broccoli into ranch and eat it that way, at least they're getting broccoli. Okay, and my 5th piece of advice is to just ask them what they want to eat. Give them options. Instead of making a meal and putting it in front of them and telling them this is what you're gonna eat, ask them what do they want. They may be little people, but they can communicate enough to tell you what they want. So I don't do this again for every meal, or I don't do it every day, but I'll typically do it for breakfast and sometimes for lunch. And I'll ask Jackson, okay, So for breakfast today, do you want pancakes? Do you want cereal? Do you want oatmeal? And he'll think about it for a second and he'll yell out whatever he wants to eat. And so I'll make him that and he'll get so much more excited to eat it because he picked it out. So give them either options or just ask them, what do you want to eat? They'll be way more likely to eat it if they're the ones that picked it out. Okay, so those were the 5 tips that I have from my experience on how to get your picky toddler to eat in general. Now I want to share with you my son Jackson's like 5 favorite foods that are nutritious but also he thinks are amazing. Okay, so my first food that Jackson loves is this. These are the Kid Fresh chicken meatballs, and I don't know what it is about these, but Jackson loves them. And he honestly does not eat meat, hardly ever. He doesn't eat chicken when I make it. He doesn't eat beef. He doesn't eat turkey. He really just won't eat meat. And for whatever reason, he loves these bad boys. They are healthy also. They're made with vegetables and they're made with good ingredients, so you don't feel like you're giving your kid anything that's super processed. Okay, my second food is sweet potatoes. Jackson loves sweet potatoes, but the trick with the sweet potatoes is I make it almost like a dessert. So I've tried sweet potatoes a couple of different ways as he's gotten older, and I find that he likes them best when I put cinnamon and brown sugar on them. So I'll dice up the potato, I will drizzle some avocado oil on it, and I'll put about a teaspoon of brown sugar and a good amount of cinnamon, mix it all up, and I'll bake it at 400 for about 15 minutes so it's nice and soft, and he loves these. And I'll just keep them in a Tupperware in the fridge and just reheat them for his meals. Okay, the third food is protein pancakes. I use this mix. It's the Kodiak Cakes buttermilk pancake mix. Jackson loves these. He loves pancakes in general, but I know that typical pancake mixes are really not healthy. They don't have any nutritional value. These, at least I know he's getting some protein and minimal ingredients. Once you put syrup on these guys, the kids don't know the difference, and Jackson will just tear them up. So if you haven't tried these for your little ones, try them. Okay, so the fourth food that I feed Jackson that he loves is yogurt. I like to get this one, the Stonyfield organic probiotic yogurt, just because it has probiotics in it. I always get him whole milk yogurt. He likes Greek yogurt, but I just prefer the whole milk because it has more nutrition in it for kids. And he likes just plain vanilla flavor. He does not like me to put any fruit or anything in it. He eats it just like that. So I know that he's getting the nutritional benefits of the yogurt, and I usually will give it to him after dinner and kind of treat it as a dessert, and he gets super excited about it. And the last food that is one of Jackson's favorites is cereal. He really likes any kind of cereal, but I usually will get him this, the Annie's Friends Bunnies oat, corn, and rice cereal. He likes these. I'll give it to him dry sometimes as a snack, but I think for him, he likes the fun of eating the cereal more so than the cereal itself. So I will give him cereal in a bowl with a little bit of milk and let him eat it, and he thinks that's like the coolest thing ever. And it works for him, and he gets some kind of nutrition out of the cereal and out of the milk, and he enjoys his meal, and he will eat every last bite. So if you have not tried any of these foods for your little ones, your picky toddlers, try them out and see what they think, and just experiment with different foods as well and find whatever works for them and what works for your family. So all in all, the point of this video is to just let you guys know to not be so strict with your toddlers eating. Toddlers are just naturally picky, and I mean, we can't blame them. They've literally only been alive a couple of years, so we can't expect them to sit down and eat a super healthy meal like an adult does. They have the rest of their life to eat like a normal person, so right now when they're little, just do what works. Get nutrition in them, make it fun, make it relaxed, and don't worry too much about the rules and the manners, because that will come with time. I hope that you found these tips and food recommendations helpful. If you did, I would love it if you thumbs up this video, and if you want more content like this, then subscribe to my channel and follow me along all things mom life. And also comment below any tips or foods that you guys have that have worked for your little ones, because I'm always looking for ideas, as most of us are. And also let me know what kind of videos that you guys would want to see in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.